Good morning, Brigadier.
Good morning, Advocate.
Now, Brigadier, you said the reason why you called Monareng was specifically because he was not involved with the arrest of accused number one. He was not at forced arrest, so you perceived him to be a totally independent person, which would then have aligned with your principle of best practice, not so?
Ushilo-ke ukuthi isizathu sokufonela kwakho uMonareng ingoba-ke uMonareng wayengasiyona ingxenye yokuboshwa kwakhe umsolo wokuqala futhi-ke wayengekho eForsterus.
So, my Lord, let me start with the best practice because I want us to deal with it where I applied it. Because I didn't say I applied it across board. I said I applied the best practice rule when it came to the taking of the confession. And that is really where I refer to it. And I don't think I spread it over to my other engagement. So that's the first part, my Lord.
Mangaqala lana-ke ukuthi-ke ngenza-ke noma-ke ngokwehlelo kwenzeka noma ngenza ngalolu hlobo ngithe lokho ngikwenze uma kufica-ke noma-ke uma kuphathelene ne-confession eyenziwa kuyena-ke uKenneth Mboti angithanga-ke leyo nto leyo ngangiyenza yonke indawo.
Now, secondly, I said, my Lord, I asked the team leader that was there in Forsterus as to which member of the tactical team was not involved in the arrest that could assist telephonically, and that is Mr. Buthelezi. And then Mr. Monareng was then referred to me. And I said, I've confirmed that I did not see him when I was in forced arrest. Then subsequent to that, I then phoned him and asked him to assist with the movement of accused number one from Ereton to Kennedy Mboto, and that was done, my Lord.
Ngasho-ke nokuthi ngibuze noma ngakhulumisana-ke nalowo ohola iqembu-ke laphayana kwakuyena-ke uButhelezi ukuthi washo-ke ukuthi-ke uMonareng uyena-ke owayengekho lapho eForsterus nangabe nami sengiqinisekisa-ke ukuthi-ke ngempela-ke nami angizange ngimbone lapho eForsterus ngase ngiqhumana naye-ke ngimcela ukuthi-ke athathe umsolo wokuqala ukusuka eRatin aye naye-ke eDeepkloof.
That's my response, my Lord.
You also made mention of the name of Singh. What did you say about this Singh person?
No, I said there were two commanders. Well, there's actually much more higher, but operationally, Colonel Singh, Sup Singh, that's the rank they use. And I think he came to testify here, my Lord, was the commander of the SWAT team. But operationally, when they are deployed, you get them the operational commander. And on that specific day, Buthelezi was the one that was in charge.
Uma bengikhuluma ngaye-ke uSingh bengithi-ke ngokwabaphethe-ke noma ngeyikhundla-ke uSingh uyena-ke ophezulu kodwa-ke uma besebenza noma sebekhishwa ukuthi abahambe bayosebenza uba khona-ke lo okuyena oholayo lapha-ke noma ngaleso sikhathi-ke kwakuyena uButhelezi.
Thank you, Brigadier. Because the Mr. Buthelezi, who you said would have said to you that where you got this information from was also part of the arresting team. And you never made mention of the fact that you ever called him to verify, to find out who of their members was not involved in the arrest of accused number one. That is a totally new information that is coming from you that we never heard from him.
My Lord, I could not have known who was there when the arrest took place without inquiring from someone, because I was not there when accused number one was arrested. So I would have had to get that information from someone. And insofar as the SWAT team is concerned, the operational commander on the ground was Buthelezi, and that is why I engaged him, my Lord.
uButhelezi-ke lona okhuluma ngaye-ke ebezile-ke la enkantolo njengofakazi akukho-ke akushilo akukhulumile ngokuthi wena waxhumana naye-ke ufuna ukwazi-ke ukuthi ubani owayekhona ubani owayengekho. Ngangingekho mina nkathi umsolo wokuqala eboshwa ngangeke ngazi-ke ukuthi obani ababekhona lapho obani ababengekho kwakungakho-ke kwakufanele ngithole isiqiniseko noma isiqinisekiso umuntu owayekhona.
Now, it is very strange, Brigadier, that Mr. Buthelezi was taken through rigorous examination in chief. He was taken through also a very rigorous cross-examination. He explained his presence at the scene of the arrest of the accused, the movements with the accused. But very strange, he never made mention of the fact that you ever called him to request or to find out which of the members could not have been at the scene so that you can utilize that person to have accused number one transported from Ireton to Diepkloof. That is my concern.
uButhelezi ke ebekhona lana uholiwe ke ngumshushisi wase ehlonywa ke imibuzo abameli ushilo ke ukuthi ayikhona nkathi bebopha umsolo wake nala abaya khona ke noma bahamba khona ke behamba naye umsolo kodwa akaza kusho ukuthi wathola ucingo olubuya kuwena umbuzo ukuthi yobani ababekhona obani ababengekho ukuze uzomsebenzisa loyo muntu loyo.
No, my lord, I disagree. It is not strange because myself, when I testified during the trial within trial, that aspect didn't come up. What I only said about Mnaring is that I called him to assist. But as to how we got to him, even under examination in chief and cross-examination, that aspect was never canvassed because I was not asked, not that it was kept away. So during this cross-examination, it came up, my lord. So I will not find it strange because it happened to me. I was not taken to that point, and as a result, I didn't testify about it. By Advocate Mnisi, he has driven me to that point, and now I've testified about it.
Lolu daba lolu ke ngaphambilini uma ngizokuthula ke ubufakazi ke ngikhulumile nje ke ngomnare kodwa ukuthi imininingwane kwenzeka kanjani ke ngoba ke lolu daba lolu azange alikaze libuzwe ke kodwa manje ke ngiholiwe ke noma ke ngabuzwa kulona mayelana ke nalokho yingakho luvelile ke manje ke akusiyona ke into emangazayo ukuthi ngikhulume ngakho manje.
Brigadier, I am not referring to you when I'm saying this is something strange. I'm talking about Mr. Buthelezi. Do you understand?
Angikhulumi ngawe ke uma ngithi ke kuyamangaza ke lokho ngikhuluma ngoButhelezi.
Yes.
And in fact, this is what transpired. This is on record in relation to this information. On the proceedings of the 31st of October 2023, 31 October 2023, when Mr. Buthelezi, JD, was being led by the state, this is what transpired amongst others. He says on page number 53, line number 1, from line number 7, then he says, when we heard that the person we are looking for had passed away, Sergeant Mukhula then suggested that we go to Vosloorus. And then Mr. Baloyi says yes. Then Mr. Buthelezi. We then proceeded to Vosloorus, but when Sergeant Mukhula informed us that we were going to go inside the hostel, I then called some of my men who were in the vicinity of Vosloorus. Then Mr. Baloyi says yes. Mr. Buthelezi, there's a mechanical interruption. Mr. Baloyi says then, yes, you may proceed. Mr. Buthelezi then says, we arrived in Vosloorus and then we get that outside the Vosloorus police station. Mr. Baloyi, yes. Mr. Buthelezi, Sergeant Mukhula then informed me that Brigadier Kininda was on his way. Now, Mr. Baloyi asked who this Brigadier Kininda is and etc. And then on page 60, that was about all these other pages up to page 59. It's about the question that were asked by the state as he was leading Mr. Buthelezi. But what is paramount for me in this aspect of the cross-examination goes on page number 60, still on the same day, on line number 19. The state asked him, "Now, do you know Constable Monareng and Constable Mapumulo?" And then Mr. Buthelezi says, "I know them." Mr. Baloyi then asked, "Did you see them on the day in question?" Then Mr. Buthelezi says, "And Monareng was amongst the team that I had asked to come and assist in forced arrest. But I was able to notice Mapumulo when we have come together in Ireton." Now, it simply means here that upon Sergeant Mohola informing him, Buthelezi, that they were going to go into forced arrest, then Buthelezi decided to call his standby members who were around that area. And amongst those people, it was Monareng. So Monareng joined them at forced arrest. Do you understand the gist of this?
Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, my lord. I don't know. The concern of yesterday, does it fall away now? Because he was reading and it's more than a minute.
Mr. Jonas said you must give him a chance to interpret. Short questions, short answers, implores you to avoid lengthy, discursive answers.
And I don't have the document.
I don't have a spare copy of this of this document. Mr. Jonas, I can, however, assist you and give you mine. I just need to mark where you need to read. And 60. Yeah, thank you. Line number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
You
6.
started where?
On page 53, ne?
To 6.
From line number 7, where it says Buthelezi.
Yes.
And then up to line number 20.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then 60. Line 20. Ne?
Yeah. And then from there, you go to page 60. From line number 19 up to line number 25. It is up to line number from page 60 to 61. 61 is just that word that says I written on 61. It's a completion of that sentence that is on page 60.
Okay.
Yes.
Uthelezi ke ubufakazi bakhe ke bange-31 ku-October 2023 buqala lana ke uma sesizwa ke ngaye umuntu loyo esasimbheka noma esasimfuna ukuthi ke useshonile uSergeant Mohola wase ethi ke asihambeni siye eFosloras saqhubeka ke saya khona eFosloras kodwa ke uma uSergeant Mohola esesitshela ke ukuthi sasizongena ngaphakathi ke ehostel ngase ngibiza ke abanye ke balabo engisebenza nabo ababe seFosloras ngaqhubeka safika ke eFosloras sangena sangaphandle ke epolice station yaseFosloras uSergeant Mohola wase engichazela ke ukuthi uBrigadier Gininda usendleleni noma uyeza ke awusitsheleke ubani uBrigadier Gininda. uBrigadier Gininda uyena ke icommander nase uyikhomanda nafika ngabanike isikhathi epolice station sidlulile lapho ku page 60 siqala ke ku line 19 Buthelezi ngiyavuma ke uma usho lokho waye ngalimele Mr Baloyi uyingabe uyamazi yini uConstable Monareng kanye noMaphumulo ngiyabazi wababona yini ngalelo langa ekhulunywa ngalo uMonareng wayekhona ke kwiqembu lelo engangecelile ukuthi lize lizolekelela eFosloras kodwa ke umuntu ke engambona noma ke ngamqaphela uMaphumulo uma sasesihlangana eEratin.
Thank you, Mr. Jonas.
Right. So, my lord, yes, I've noted what is being said, but it is not different from what I've said. What I've asked Mr. Buthelezi was the name of a person who was not involved in the arrest. And I was given the name of Mr. Monareng. And I've said, in my presence at Fostoras, I personally did not see him. Hence, I asked him to assist with the movement of accused number 1 from Ereton to Diepkloof. So, insofar as what has been read here, Buthelezi is actually confirming that Mr. Monareng was not present during the arrest, and that's what I inquired, because I didn't want someone who was present during the arrest to be the one moving accused number 1 to Colonel Mboto.
Ngiyakuzwa lokho oqeda ufundwa lana ke futhi ke lokho ofundwa lana ke yebo impela naye ke uyavuma uButhelezi ukuthi uMonareng wayengasiyona ingxenye yalabo ababebopha umsolo wakhe futhi nami uma ngabe ngibuza ke ngabuza umuntu owayengekho ngenkathi umsolwa eboshwa. Ingakho ke ngathi ke ngizocela loyo muntu loyo ukuthi kube uyena ozohamba ahambise umsolwa ngangafuni ukuthi kube umuntu owayekhona ngenkathi umsolwa eboshwa.
Brigadier, yesterday you told this court that the reason why you had gone with Mr. Monareng, it is because Monareng was not involved in the arrest of accused number 1, and he was also not there at Foslores. In other words, you were looking for somebody who had not yet had an interaction with Monareng, so that you can send him to take accused number 1 to go and see Mboto. That's what you said yesterday.
Izolo ke nkathi uthula ubufakazi utheke uMonareng wayengasiyona ke ingxenye yethimbela bopha umsola nokuthi wayengekho ke laphayana eFosloras manje ke wafuna umuntu ke okwakungekho wayengenanto eyayimhlanganisa ke nokuboshwa kwakhe umsolwa ukuthi ke loyo muntu loyo athathe umsolwa amhambise kuMbotho.
As a court place, my lord, we don't know if we are misreading the record, but on page 60, all that Constable Buthelezi is saying, the portion that Advocate Nisi quoted simply says, Mr. Buthelezi says on line 24, when we asked him whether he saw Constable Monareng and Maphumulo, he says, and Monareng was amongst the team that I had asked to come and assist in Foslores, but I was able to notice Maphumulo when we have come together in
Ereton.
It's just looking for the page 61, just to make sure. Yes, it's Ereton, my lord. We've just established that from the record.
Yeah, and as I understand Buthelezi's answer, he doesn't say pertinently that he saw
Them at Foslores.
at Foslores. He says, I made a request to be
Yes.
joined by
Yes.
persons I work with. When I heard Sergeant Mahola says she's now going into the Foslores hostel.
Yes.
And now, because they are going into the Foslores hostel, Buthelezi requests reinforcements. And then the next time he says he only saw the presence of Monareng, not at the hostel, somewhere else.
Yes.
Anyway, that's how I
There's-
understand.
Indeed, that's what the record states as well.
Yeah.
Indlela engizwa ngayo ke lo ngokusho kwakhe kujaji ukuthi ke uma phumulo ngiyaxolisa ke ubuthelezi uthi lana kwenzeka ke ukuthi uma uSergeant Mkhula esebatshela ke lokho abatshela kona yila acela khona ke manje ukuthi laba asebenza nabo bezeke nabo bazolekelela ke noma lokho kubiza ngokuthi ke i-reinforcement ukuthi ke bazolekelela khona lapho nomshushisi uyasho ke ukuthi angazi noma mhlambe lokhu obhalwe lana ke zwisisi ngalendlela okubhalwe ngayo ukuthi ke uthi lana ubuthelezi uMunareng waye omunye wethimba noma ke weqembu lalabo engabacela ukuthi bazolekelela eFosloras kodwa ke ngaqaphela umaphumulo uma sesihlangana eEratin.
Yeah, continue, sir.
I don't know, my lord, whether I need to respond. If
No,
the
you
court
don't have to
says
respond.
me
That's how I
continue, it
understand.
must give me guidance. Where
No,
should
no,
I
no,
continue?
I'm
and
not
go
guiding
to?
anybody. I'm just saying that's how I understand the evidence. If you say I am incorrect, fine, you can argue that. No problem.
I've got a different understanding
fine.
indeed, my lord, and I differ with the court.
Fine, okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Brigadier. It's no use pursuing this aspect because the court has already made up his mind on the understanding of this information in the document.
I said I'm not immune to persuasion. You can argue that I'm wrong. Now I've suddenly made up my mind. I said I understand the evidence
Yes.
to be that.
Yes. Thank you.
And like all the evidence here, I understand it to mean that. As for making up my mind, I will do so at the end of the case. Please.
Thank you, madam.
I'm not the type of judge who decides things piecemeal.
Thank you, madam.
Yeah, madam.
Now, from that now, according to accused number one, from Fosloras police station, he says he was taken to Deep Kloof police station. He denies that he ever went to Ireton.
Umsolo oqala uthi ke uma esuka ke eFosloras police station wahanjiswa ke wasiwa eDeep Kloof uyaphika ke ukuthi waya eEratin.
But that's not true, my lord. I saw him in Aratin. From Fosoras, I drove to Aratin. He arrived in Aratin. I'm the one who handed him over to Constable Munareng at Aratin, my lord.
Akusilona iqiniso lelo ngambona eEratin sasuka eFosloras ngahamba ngaya eEratin wafika ke khona lapho yimina engamdlulisela ku Constable Munareng.
And he says, upon his arrival at Deep Kloof, they also found you there.
Uthi ke mas befika ke eDeep Kloof nalapho ke bakuthola ulapho.
No, that's not true, my lord.
Sorry, and
Akusilona iqiniso lelo.
sorry, and I'm not interfering, Mr. Mnisi. I may be wrong. I remember some question being asked whether somebody was given supper. You don't remember that question?
I do recall during the
Yeah, fine.
cross-examination, my lord.
Somebody was given supper. It was asked if somebody was given supper at Eraton. I leave it there.
Ngiyakhumbula ke kungenzeka ukuthi mhlambe ngenze
If
iphutha
I'm
kodwa
wrong,
ngiyakhumbula
fine. You can
umuntu
argue that.
ebuzwa ukuthi ke wanikezwa yini ukudla ke noma ke ukubizwa ukuthi ke isapha ukudla kwasebusuku eEratin. Uthi ujaji uyakhumbula ke lo mbuzo loyo ubuzwa.
No, but my lord, it is very odd for the court to say he remembers that there was a question that came from somebody asking somebody that he was ever afforded supper at Ireton. I think the court needs to conceptualize. The court needs to give more details so that I'm unable to follow the court. Now, if the court says, no, I'm leaving it there, how should I understand what the court is getting
Well,
to?
if you never had it, you are okay. No, there's no problem.
Oh, okay, no, thanks, my lord. Now, he says, on his arrival at Deep Kloof, he then got placed in a room which is referred to as a courtyard a room that has got I think a match iron safe on top there. And he was placed in that room.
Uthi ke uma efika khona lapho ke eDeepkloof wafakwa ke kwigumbi ke thizeni uma libizwa ke kuthiwa icourtyard.
My Lord, I was not there. I will not know. All I can refer to is what Colonel Mboto wrote on the confession statement as to where he interviewed him, but I was not there. But where he was interviewed is contained in Exhibit FF, that is Colonel Mboto's confession that he took.
Ngangingekho lapho ngoba manje ke angeke ngiphawuleke ngokuthi wayekuphi noma wayehlaliswe kuphi noma kuliphi ke iroom kodwa ke engakusho mina yilokhu okubhalwe lana ke Exhibit FF ekuyisona ke istatement lesi esathathwa uyena uKolonel Mboto.
And then he further says that you then asked him whether he was still not prepared to tell the truth.
Qhubeka athi ke wabe usumbuza ke wena ke ukuthi akayimisele yini noma akayimiseli yini ukuthi akhulume iqiniso.
No, but my Lord, that is not true. I was not there.
Kodwa akusilona ke iqiniso lelo ngoba ngangekho lapho.
Now he begged you to trust him when he told you that he knew nothing about the death of Senzo.
Wasekuncenga ke yena ke ukuthi umthembe uma ekutshela ethi akazi lutho ngokubulawa kukaSenzo Meyiwa.
My Lord, I repeat again, it is not true because I was not there, and it is not the version that Mr. Mngomezulu gave me when we dealt with the trial within a trial. This is a new version. It is not correct.
Ngiyaphinda ke ngithi akusilona iqiniso lelo ngoba ngangekho lapho. Okwesibili ke ngithi ke lokhu okushiwoyo kumina manje ke kusha ke ngoba ke akusiyona into eyashiwe kumina nkathi ke uMr Mngomezulu kuyena ongihloma imibuzo.
And then you said that you would then excuse him so that they can show him, so that those who were there, meaning the other police, can show him that he knows something about the death of Senzo.
Wasuthi wena ke kuyena uzomshiya ke uzothi ke labo ababe khona ke lapho bazomtshengisa ke noma bazombonisa ke ukuthi ke khona ke ayekwazi mayelana nokushona kwakhe uSenzo.
This is not true, my Lord. I was not in Deepkloof.
Akusilona iqiniso lelo ngangingekho eDeepkloof.
He says he was standing when he spoke to you.
Uthi wayemile nkathi ekhuluma nawe.
That's not correct, my Lord. I never spoke to him in Deepkloof and I wasn't there.
Akusilona iqiniso lelo angazi ngakhuluma naye eDeepkloof futhi ngangekho lapho.
And when the others then got into the place where he was with you, he got instructed to sit down, and they also continued to ask him about the death of Senzo, and said to him that it seems as if he was still not prepared to tell the truth.
Labo ke babe lapho basebethi kuyena ke akahlale phansi bambuza qhubeka bembuza ke mayelana la ke icala lelo likaSenzo noma kushona kaSenzo bathi kuyena ke kubukeke ngathi akakayimiseli ukuthi akhulume iqiniso.
My Lord, I was not in Deepkloof, so this is really misleading.
Lo ngangingekho eDeepkloof manje ke konke ke lokhu ukukhohlisa.
And then he was then, he persistently told them that he knew nothing about the death of Senzo, and one of the Metro Police then went behind him and put a plastic over his face whilst pressing his back with a view to balance him not to fall down, and pulling the bag on the plastic on his face.
Uthi ke omunye ke oma metro wabe eseza ngemuva ke kuyena la amfaka khona ke uplastic ebusweni emcinezela ke la ngasemuva ke ukuthi ke abalance ke angawi.
This is not, my Lord, I was not in Deepkloof, so I would not have seen these things, and I don't have evidence to suggest that he was assaulted in Deepkloof.
Ngangingekho eDeep Kloof manje ke ngangeke ngiziboneke lezi zinto lezi futhi anginabo nobufakazi obushoyo ukuthi washaywa eDeep Kloof.
He says this was painful and cried, and he could not breathe.
Uthi ke lokho and cried, you said.
Cried, yes.
Uthi lokho kwakubuhlungu wayekhala futhi ke engakwazi nokuphefumula.
My Lord, all I can say, as I've said over and over again, I was not in Deep Kloof. What I know, he was taken by Constable Monareng and handed to Colonel Mboto, who phoned me when he was dying, Colonel Mboto directly. And there was even an occurrence book that Colonel Mboto made at the charge office, indicating that he completed taking a confession from accused number 1. Now, if all this assault took place when police officers from Deep Kloof were there, I'm finding it very strange that they will not report such an incident, because I don't work in Deep Kloof, I've never worked there. Why would I make arrangements to take accused number 1 to be assaulted at a police precinct which we have no control on? Even Colonel Mboto was a branch commander in Randburg. He chose Deep Kloof because I think for reasons of convenience for him. But none of us, this is now I'm talking about the officers, me talking to Colonel Mboto and Colonel Mboto himself, worked in Deep Kloof. It was a station that he chose and he went to take the confession. Thereafter he left, my lord.
Lokhu ke mina ke njengoba ngisho ke ngizophinda into engishilo ukuthi ngangekho ke eDeep Kloof futhi ke lapha eDeep Kloof ngafonelwa uyena ke uKenel Mboto eseqedile ukuthi ke uqedile uthatha istatement kuyena umsolo wokuqala kanye futhi ke nencwadi lena ebizwa ngokuthi ke occurrence book lokhu okwenzekayo ke la ekubhalwa khona ke futhi ke ipolice station eDeep Kloof ngamangala ke ukuthi kwangani ukuthi amaphoyisa aseDeep Kloof ayezoyekela ke noma athuleke kwenzeka into enjengaleyo angasho lutho. Naye ke uKenel Mboto wayengasebenzi eDeep Kloof, waye branch commander yase Randburg, nami angaze ngisebenze eDeep Kloof. Kwakuyi station nje esakhethwa uyena uKenel Mboto ukuthi ke lokhu ayokwenzela khona.
Now, he says that as he was trying to free himself, he fell down and they started to kick him on his body, just like they did at Fort Lawrence.
Uthi ke kusekulokho ke wase ewaphansi ke uma esewileke ilaba aqala khona ukuthi bamkhahleleke la emzimbeni ngalendlela abenza ngayo eFort Lawrence.
No, my lord, I was not there. And with that level of injuries, being kicked, I've seen the SWAT team, my lord, and I wish the court could see when they're geared. They wear boots, it's hard boot, it's military boots. If we are kicked by those members who are highly trained, I'm finding it very strange that no occurrence book when he was detained will indicate that this man could not breathe, he could not walk properly, because you're talking about an elite team that is trained to deal with volatile situation, wearing military boots, kicking someone for the second time now. He was kicked over and over again in Phosphorus, he's been kicked again in Deep Kloof, yet the occurrence books that followed after Colonel Mboto do not indicate that there was ever a complaint of injuries or pain, none whatsoever, including Exhibit EFF, which says he had no injuries. This is really not true, my lord.
Kuyangimangaza ke lokho mina futhi ke akusilona ke iqiniso. Ngiyafisa nje ukuthi ke inkantolo ingawabona ke lamalunga lana eSWAT noma laba ke bakwiSWAT indlela ke abaqeqeshwa ngayo ke futhi ke nezicathulo abayigqokayo noma ke phecelezi ke amabhoot abawagqokayo uma kuukuthi ke ungakhahlelwa ke ngalendlela akhuluma ngayo umsolo ukuthi wakhahlelwa ngayo uthi ke wakhahlelwa eFort Lawrence wakhahlelwa futhi ke nakhona ke eDeep Kloof. Kuyangimangaza ke ukuthi ke akukho nje kule incwadi ke zasemaphoyiseni i-occurrence book kanye futhi ke kakhulukazi kuyena ke uExhibit FF la abhale khona ke uKenel Mboto ukuthi lo muntu lena ke kwakunzima kuyena noma wayengakwazi ukuthi aphefumule noma futhi ke kunala kwakubuhlungu khona kuyena. Kuyangimangaza lokho futhi akusilona iqiniso.
He says, while he's being kicked and being suffocated, they kept on asking him about the death of Senzo.
Uthi ke ngenkathi bemkhahlela futhi ke bemfakile lokho bamfake kona ke beqhubeka ke bembuza njalo ngokufa kwakhe uSenzo.
I was not there, my lord, in Deep Kloof.
Ngangingekho lapho eDeep Kloof.
Now, he further says that they then paused the suffocating with the plastic bag and the kicking. And when he gained a momentum to sit upright, he then saw you and another black male in front of him. You were standing in front of him and the other black male.
Uthi ke bake bama kancane ke ukuthi ke bamnyeke futhi bamkhahlela nokumkhahlela ila sethola khona ke ithuba lokuthi ke asukumeke ahlale ila athi uma ke esephaphama-ke wabona wena-ke kanye futhi nomunye umlisa umuntu mnyama nani mi.
My Lord, I thought I arrived with him in Diepkloof and I was asking him questions. But be that as it may, I was not in Diepkloof and this did not happen, my Lord.
Bengicabanga ukuthi ke ngafika naye eDiepkloof futhi ke ngangimbuza imibuzo. Kodwa ke lokhu ke lona ke iqiniso ngangekho mina lapho. Akwenzekanga, akuzange kwenzeke.
Now he says, when you and the other black male stood in front of him, the police who were assaulting him were also there.
Uthi ke ngalenkathi wena ke nalomlisa ke nanimileke lapho namanye amaphoyisa ayekhona nawo.
I was not there, my Lord, and I did not witness such, my Lord. In Ayrton, Diepkloof, I didn't go there, my Lord.
Ngangingekho lapho lokho ke angizange ngikubone eEratin kodwa ke eDiepkloof angizange ngiye.
Now he further says that you then went out of that area where you were, and then the other black male then said to him that he was going to ask him questions.
Uthi wena ke wase uphuma ke lapho obunye lona ke yena wathi ke uzoqhubeka umbuzo imibuzo.
My Lord, I was never in Diepkloof.
Angaze ngiye
With accused number one, I didn't go there, my Lord.
angizange ngiye eDiepkloof kanye naye ke umsolwa wokuqala.
When he said he was going to ask him questions, this other black male had papers in his possession, and he also started to ask him about the death of Senzo, and he told him that he knew nothing about it.
Uthi ke uma emtshela ke omunye umlisa lona ukuthi ke uzombuza imibuzo wayenamaphepha wenaye awewaphethe kuyena wayesemtshela naye ke ukuthi akazi lutho ngokufa kwakhe uSenzo.
My Lord, I was not in Diepkloof SAPS with accused number one.
Angizange ngiye eDiepkloof kunye naye umsolwa wokuqala.
Now he says, he told this black man that he had been telling this other policeman who has been assaulting him ever since they arrested him, that when they asked him about the death of Senzo, that he knew nothing about the death of Senzo.
Uthi ke nalona ke umlisa naye wamtshela ke ukuthi ke lamaphoyisa ke bekade engishaya ke engikhahlela ke kusukela ke ngesikhathi ngibosha kade ngwatshela nawe ukuthi angazi lutho ngokushona kwakhe uSenzo Meyiwa.
My Lord, I was not in Diepkloof with accused number one on the day when the confession was taken down by Colonel Mboto.
Ngangingekho eDiepkloof kanye naye umsolwa wokuqala ngelanga ke uKolonel Mboto owayethatha istatement esogonyuluka kuyena.
And then he says that this black male then went on to ask him about the Buthelezi brothers, and he told him that he knew nothing about the Buthelezi brothers.
Uthi ke waqhubeka ke lomlisa lona embuza ke ngalaba ababili ke umuntu ke nomfowabo abakwaButhelezi wamtshela naye ke ukuthi akazi lutho ngabo.
My Lord, as I've said yesterday, the mentioning of Buthelezi brothers is the creation. It's a story that was given by accused number one with an intention of concealing the investigation. It really came from him. No one knew of the Buthelezis or possible involvement prior to us getting to accused number one. What we knew was that after him, the next person in line in terms of the investigation is accused number two. There was no assertion or suggestion or indication that there is a Buthelezi or there are Buthelezi brothers possibly involved as suspects. That is not correct. It is accused number one himself who gave these names with the intention of misleading the investigation. Now he's pushing the back now to say it's our. It is who gave us these names, my lord.
Lokhu ke noma lokho ke akusilona ke iqiniso akukho esasikwazi ke thina njengethimba eliphenyayo singamaphoyisa ngalabo ababili ke bakwabuthelezi uma siqala ukuzwa ke ngabakobuthelezi ke kwakusuka kuyena ke noma kuphuma kuyena umsolo wokuqala uma ekwenza ke lokho inhloso yakhe kwakuwukuthi ke asilahlekiseke noma asikhohliseke kuphenyo lwethu esasilwenza thina esasikwazi ke ukuthi uma sisuka kuyena ke umsolo wokuqala olandelayo umuntu esizophenya ke umsolo wesibili kwaba uyena akekho kuthina owakhuluma ngabakobuthelezi uyena umsolo wokuqala owasitshela ke ngalaba ababili bakwabuthelezi.
Now, he further says that this black male continued to ask him other questions, although he is unable to remember all the questions
Uthi ke waqhubeka
that he
ke
asked him.
lomlisa embuza ke eminye ke imibuzo noma engasayikhumbuli ke noma engasayazi yonke ke lemibuzo ayibuzwa uyena.
My lord, again, I was not in Diepkloof police station when accused number 1 went to give a confession to Colonel Mboto.
Ngangingekho eDeepkloof uma ke umsolo wokuqala wayonikeza ke noma wayogonyuluka uyena uKenneth Mboto.
Now, he says, as this black male was asking him questions, he was writing on the papers that he had, although he held those papers very close to his chest as he was writing.
Uthi nanjengoba lomlisa ke wayembuza ke imibuzo wayebhala phansi ke njengoba embuza imibuzo kodwa ke amaphepha lana njengoba wayebhala ke amaphepha awayebambele la eduze kuyena noma eduze ke ekuyena esifubeni.
I wouldn't know, my lord. As I said, I was not in Diepkloof, and I can only comment about the document that Colonel Mboto gave me and the subsequent entries that suggest what transpired there, my lord.
Ngangingekho lapho ke mina ke eDeepkloof engakhuluma ngako mina ke amaphepha lana noma ke documents lana engawanikezwa ke uyena uKenneth Mboto nokunye ke okwabhalwa ke noma okubhaliwe ke ezincwadini.
Then he thereafter requested him to sign the papers. However, on account of the fact that he was cuffed, he then requested another policeman, that is now the person who was writing this blackmail, requested another policeman to uncuff him.
Uthi ke wasecelwa ukuthi asayinde ngenxa yokuthi ke wayefakwe ozankosi. Iphoyisa noma ke umlisa lo kwakuyena wayembuza umhloma imibuzo wasecela elinye iphoyisa ukuthi ke amkhululeke bona ozankosi.
My lord, I was not at Diepkloof SAPS with accused number 1.
Ngangingekho eDeepkloof SAPS kanye naye umsolo wokuqala.
Now, when he was uncuffed, this black male then noticed or noted some wounds on his wrist which were caused by the cuffs and said to him, "Aw kanti ulimele kanje?" Literally translated meaning, "Hey, you seem to be so badly injured," because there were blood on the wounds.
Ese khulwa bona ke ozankosi labo wase embona ke umlisa lona ke ukuthi ke wayelimele ke la elinyazwe yibona ozankosi labo wase kuyena ke awu kanti ulimele kanje.
My lord, I was not at Diepkloof police station with accused number 1.
Ngangingekho eDeepkloof police station nomsolo wokuqala.
Then the Metro Police and the other normal police were with him the whole day, then took him away.
Uthi ke base bemthatha ke ama Metro Police kanye namanye ke amaphoyisa la ayekade enaye ke ilanga lonke bamhambisa.
I was not at the police station, my lord, so I with accused number 1, my lord.
Ngangingekho epolice station kanye naye umsolo wokuqala.
But before they left, he put his thumbprints on the papers after having signed. He also put his thumbprint on the papers which were in possession of this black male that was taking, that was writing on the papers.
Uthi ke esesayindile ke lawo maphepha lawo ayephethe ulomlisa lona ke ayebhala kuwona ke wabeka nesithupha sakhe.
The document, my lord, Exhibit FF, that was given to me by Colonel Mboto, it does have thumbprints and it does have a signature of the deponent. But the connotation, my understanding of it, my lord, it is the information that Colonel Mboto got from accused number one, according to these documents. The notice of rights, where he took it, ID number of accused number one was provided, as well as the address and cell phone number, which I know for the fact that Colonel Mboto did not know, as he did not have knowledge of this document, my lord. It's contained in this Exhibit FF, my lord.
Yebo, kuyiqiniso ke lana kule exhibit uFF sikhona ke isithupha kusayindiwe futhi ke ngokuthi ke imininingwane ela uKenel Mboto wayithola kuyena ke umsolwa ikheli lakhe likhona la igama lakhe ID number kanye futhi ke ne cell phone number yakhe engazi kamhlophe ke ukuthi ke uKenel Mboto wayengayazi futhi ke leyo number ngoba ke wayengenalo ulwazi lwalo ledokodo leli uKenel Mboto.
Now, that is basically what he had told this court in his evidence in the trial, and what he would come tell this court if needs be.
Yilokho ke akutshela lenkantolo ke ngenkathi ayimilana ke naye ezokuthula ubufakazi bakhe uma ngabe isidingo sikhona ke yilokho futhi azoza azokutshela inkantolo.
It will be misleading, my lord, if the intention is to come and tell this court that I was in Deep Kloof police station when this confession was taken.
Kuzoba lokho ke akusilona ke iqiniso noma ke ukhohlisa ke lenkantolo uma ukuthi uzoza azotshela lenkantolo ukuthi ngangise Deep Kloof police station ngathi kwakubhalwa ke le statement.
Thank you, Brigadier. Now, Brigadier, tell me, what information did you give to Mboto, to Colonel Mboto, when you requested him to come and take the alleged confession from accused number one?
Yini owayitshela ke uKenel Mboto uma ngabe umcela ukuthi ke azothatha istatement lesi kumsolo wokuqala?
It wasn't much, my lord, except to say I have an individual who is prepared to make a confession, and I would have given him the case number under Phosphorus case 636 of 10/2014. It was limited to that.
Kwakungekho kuningi ke umtshela nje na ke ukuthi ke kwakunomuntu owayeyimisele ke ukuthi ke agonyuluke ngase ngimtshela ke futhi ne case number u-Phosphorus 63610/2014 kwabe nje kuphelela lapho.
And the case number, my lord, came in after he had agreed that he will assist me. So I gave it to him as a reference. But at the beginning was to say, I have a person who is prepared to make a confession. Can you assist? And when he said yes, so we're moving now to the arrangements of where the person must be brought. And I gave him now the case number as a reference.
Futhi ke ukuthi ngimnike imininingwane yeqala ngamagama i-case number lokho kwenzeka kamuva ke ngoba uma esevumile ngoba ke kwaba ukumcela nje ukuthi ke kunomuntu oyimisele ukuthi agonyuluke uma ngabe emuva kokuthi sethe yebo ila esengamnikeza khona ke i-case number.
Just a second. Sorry, I'm actually looking for my working copy on CBS confession. I don't seem to be having it here. Probably I could have left it to the office. Now, Brigadier, you gave him case number 63610 of 2014, Phosphorus 63610 of 2014. Why did you give him this case number?
Wamnikeza ke le number le u6 Phosphorus 63610/2014 kwakungani?
It's a reference, my lord. When you engage police officers in the daily task of their duties, they need to refer. It's a reference. So you can't, you report on duty, you get inspected. You go out on investigation, you must make a reference. You're going out on investigation, case number so and so. So at the end of the day, when I said, this, can you assist? That's why I said, my lord, after he said yes, I can assist you, and arrangements were made as to the fact that accused must be brought to Deep Kloof. Then the reference number, not the contents of what the case is about, the reference number was given. It's a routine, it's a procedure, my lord, because he must now place himself or report on duty on what reference. So it's a normal procedure to give reference numbers, my lord.
Indlela ke ekwenziwa ngayo, indlela ke kusetshenzwa ngayo ngoba ke manje kufanele aye emsebenzini. Uma ngabe emsebenzini uthi uya emsebenzini uye yini le ayiyelayo. Manje ke uma ngimnikeza ke lo Phosphorus 63610 of 2014 ukuthi ke inkomba ke ukuthi ke asho ukuthi ke yini lena ayiyelayo khona lapho. Lokho kubizwa ngokuthi phecelezi ke i-reference.
Sorry, what time is it now? JP was to meet with us.
11:16, my lord.
Okay, come back at 25 to 12.